Welcome to Creativity Conversations, where we explore the joyful, messy, and luminous terrain of the creative spirit. In this conversation, we turn towards fear. We're actually going to look it straight in the eye, kids. Not to conquer or dismiss it, but to understand its shape and shadow. Fear walks with all creators. It warns, it whispers, it sometimes screams. When we greet it with compassion, we reclaim our creativity, our boldness, and our sense of play. Today, I am thrilled to be joined by Linda de Gonzalez and Grow Your Light with Debra Zachau. Debra, a recent award winner. You knew I was going to say that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I am Tarot Stash. Thank you very much for joining us. I really look forward to these creativity conversations. This one especially has led to just a few notes. Just a few notes. But, that's okay. As always, please remember to like and subscribe. It's free. All of the links are below to Linda and Debra's channels, as well as mine. If you want to contact them to get a reading, the link is there. So please do that. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. So, how's that?
Perfect. Perfect as always.
You hit every point. Good for you.
I hit every point. There you go. We have the best chatters are here. We have the work lurkers. Good to see you. We have the best lurkers, and we have the future lurkers. If you are watching this on playback and something resonates with you, please leave a comment so that we know exactly where your perspective on this topic of fear and creativity. Thank you, Jacqueline, CJ, Selena, Hypnicity, Sherry Moe, Timmy, Tom from Early Ritual, Nancy of Crohn's Intuition, Irene, Iron Fire Horse, and it's
like that.
Great to see everybody. Dancing Soul Sister, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this Edward is also work lurking. I am Lulu has joined us, and Nita's Nook is here. So I think this came up as a conversation in the last time that the three of us were together. Debra, this was when we were talking about following the fascination.
Yes.
And if you've missed that, the playlist for the creativity conversations is included in the chat. So please do that. Wanda has joined us, so everything is even better than what it was. So
that's wonderful.
Debra, did you want to share anything initially about this topic or what you got coming up?
I read Art in Fear years ago, and I was so fascinated with all of the sayings that I actually hand wrote them out on plaques, gave them to friends, and everything, because it resonated so much with me. But remembering the phase, which we'll go through, remembering them got me to where I am today, where I was, because before reading the book, I was writing a bunch of things, but never went anywhere with it. Yes. After reading the book, it's just like when you think, oh, I'd rather do the dishes or unload the dishwasher instead of sitting down and writing, because I need this huge day to write, and the day's almost over. All that talk, that's art and fear. That's fear.
Yep, it is.
And then when I'm able to say, oh, I see that. I see what this is. And then I'm able to sit down and write. Forget the dishes.
Yes. That's very smart. A friend of mine pointed me into this book maybe 15 years ago. When did this come out? Let me see. This is, by the way, it's Art and Fear, Observations on the Perils and Rewards of Art Making by David Bayless and Ted Orlando. Purchase responsibly, know your limits. It was copyright 1993. Here, let me do that so that you all know I'm serious. You can borrow it from your library. You can also get it as an audiobook. So please keep that in mind. So it's a really great book. Also, fear is talked about in this book, Big Magic.
Big Magic. I forgot to get that one.
By Elizabeth Gilbert. This is a great listen. It's a very enjoyable listen. Fear also comes up in the book The Artist Way.
Yeah.
By Julia Cameron and Mark Bryan. Comes up a lot. So, but Linda, did you have anything to say first off about this topic? Okay. Thank you. Thanks for being here, Linda.
I thought you just wanted me here for the comic relief. It's a juicy topic for me as a recovering Catholic and recovering, and a recovering, attempting to be normal person.
It's a tough one.
Fear was used to control a big part of my life. Sure. And so I'm real familiar with my own fear in all of its disguises. And not just in terms of creativity, but just in terms of living life.
Yes. Hashtag Linda made Irene do it. She just started reading Big Magic. You recommended it. So kudos to you.
Good for you. You'll get so much out of it, Iron Fire Horse. Honestly, it will. Well, okay, maybe it won't blow your mind the way it did mine, but you will get a lot out of it. I promise you.
Yes. So I want to start off with us to go, what is fear? And I have some information. I have 3 pages of information that I'm not going to read to you because you can all, you all have your own thing. Yeah. Here's something to remember. What did you say, Linda?
Not a thing. I was laughing.
Oh, okay. Do we need to hoist this into a different conversation?
Nope.
Okay. No, fear is has an evolutionary purpose because it's a feature of how we survived when we were evolving, and it protected us. And what happens in the body, the amygdala gets hijacked. So the amygdala is the brain's alarm bell. It senses danger, real or imagined, and it hijacks the body because that's what we do. And fear helps us to learn. It does condition us. It's part of our culture, unfortunately. And sometimes fear becomes maladaptive. So, but in today's world, what happens, instead of ensuring that we could survive, it prevents us from living life fully.
Yeah.
There's a fear to that. So there you go. And okay. So that's what that's fear. Now, what is fear in the creative process?
Oh,
it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to give it a try?
I would. So fear in the creative process is this. We have a tribe. We have our friends, our family, our coworkers. We have a tribe, and we are experts in picking up cues on how we can stay popular in that, or at least comfortable with others, because our survival, our job, our money, if we need it, is connected to all of that. To redefine yourself as a writer, a sculptor, what fill in the blank and creativity to redefine yourself, and that jeopardizes the tribe's affections. And also you bring in I painted this picture here, and you obviously know I love it. Does the other person feel obligated to love it too? Well, of course, because they're a tribe, and that encourages. It's just a bunch of mixed messages. So yeah, I have a lot of that in the creative process. But boy, once you're able to trust that you'll be fine no matter what. And one of the reasons I was able to break through that is because my biggest fear is my life review when I die.
Okay.
And if some angel comes down and says, look at the life you could have lived, if only you were strong enough and brave enough, I just feel so bad. So that's what keeps me on the.
How interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say if you need witnesses or, character, support.
References,
call me up. Character references. I'm happy to do that for you.
You're my tribe.
Yes. Linda, what is fear in the creative process?
Well, I don't even know what to say after Debra's very eloquent response. I can only speak for my own creative process. And one of the ways fear manifests is in, I have to get all the information that I need. I have to research. I have to know everything, well, before I start. Okay. So I have to have all of my tools. I have to have all of the materials. I have to have absolutely everything ready and set out and waiting, and all of the information that I'm trying to go between material, like creating something physically, and creating something out of my head. But yeah, I have to have. It's only been recently that I'm able to kind of sidestep that and go, yeah, I don't have everything I need, and I don't know everything I need to know, and I probably never will, and whatever. Let's just see how far I can get with what I know now and how I feel now.
Yes.
And what I have around me now, and see how far that gets me, and maybe that'll be fine. Maybe that'll be good enough. Maybe that'll be enough to scratch the creative itch that I got. But recently my creative urges have not gone so much toward the material, but towards the artistic. So.
And it's important to recognize that it's still creativity, whichever form it takes.
Oh, yeah.
So I love that. I love that.
But, I got to know everything, man. I will.
The analysis paralysis.
God, yes, that's me. That's so me. And I got to have a spreadsheet to record it all in and to write it all down. And it's got to be color coded with conditional formatting. And filters.
People who understand that, please put your hands up right now. Yeah. I think one of the things that fear in the creative process, it isn't always loud. Sometimes it shows up as procrastination. Debra was describing, I need to do the dishes or something like that. So it can also be, as as Linda said, that perfectionism. You have to have it all perfect. It's also, it shows up as comparison.
Yeah.
And sometimes if it's so close, suddenly it's like, I'm not interested in that anymore. So there's this sudden disconnect from that which was very, very exciting. That's the one that really surprised me.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah, that's really interesting to me too, because I'm smelling something there.
Well, it's just like, I think for me, it's like, I have this project in mind, so I'm going to acquire a lot of the fabric to help me with this. I have all of that fabric. I have all of the pieces and parts.
Mhm.
I want to do it. I want to do it. Maybe, well, all right. I'm going to work on something else. It's so close. It's just something else feels to be more exciting.
Do you
You know
think
what?
is it more exciting, or I'm sorry, Linda,
Okay.
is it more exciting, or is it because of the block of time it would take? Because you're very good at what you do, and you have multiple things going on.
It's a very thoughtful question. Thank you. Part of it is the sense of, do I have the amount of time it's going to take to do this perfectly?
Yeah.
I'm a perfectionist. I don't want to start anything if it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I struggle with that. Oh, sweet. I struggle with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, really work hard to say, nobody's expecting perfection. This is for
Mm-hmm.
you. Are
Yes.
are you doing this to be perfect? Because, honey, you're never going to be perfect, but
Yes.
you're lovable. You're
Well, and
charming and witty, and that's enough, Linda.
yes. Tim says being paralyzed by preparation fear is something I fall into. I feel like I need to prepare more before engaging, which is usually nonsensical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how much of that time is spent saying, I had this idea, friend. I'll go to my friend. I had this idea about this story, and it goes like this and that. Because once you start moving, talking out loud to others about your idea, you really risk a huge
Oh, yeah.
deflation.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things in this book, in Art and Fear, Bales and Orland write, fears about art making fall into two families: fears about yourself and fears about your reception by others.
Mhm.
Yep.
That was one of those things that I, underlined it, go back
Wow.
30 seconds in the audiobook to go, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so very true. So very true. Um, and that the idea of like uh, fear for myself, that imposter syndrome. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that. Uh,
No.
and that idea of myths, and I want to do this perfectly. So
Mhm.
yeah. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan's, yep, I feel that one, Gerald. I don't start anything that's not perfect. Maureen has shared, I always wanted to be an actress or singer, but I was discouraged from doing it. And then I
Oh,
squashed my creative side a long time ago. Still
yeah,
time.
I'll say.
You're breathing.
Yes, yes, yes. So,
Yeah.
uh, okay. So this is it. I think it's just important to understand fear is there. How do we engage with it? And we did talk a little bit about this last time. How does fear block fascination and flow? How does fear block fascination and flow?
Well, you can't be in the flow if you're feeling fear. I mean, it
Yeah.
just blocks it completely. I don't know how it does that exactly, um, except that when you're in the flow, you're not thinking about anything except what you're doing. And when you're feeling fear, then there's no room for what you're doing. There's no room
Mhm.
for like fear because because fear is trying to protect us, because it's for our survival and it thinks it's acting in our best interest to protect us. It takes up all of our mental energy, right? I mean,
Mhm.
all you can think about is what you're afraid of. You can't be present for the creativity. You can't be there for the process. You can only be there for the fear.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I love that because fear redirects our energy or our attention inward toward control and safety rather than outward toward curiosity and discovery, which is the fascination. We talked
Absolutely.
about that last time.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is about being curious, being willing to discover things that we didn't see before.
Mm-hmm. And also be able to be willing to go down a rabbit hole with all your might and all your fascination and energy and chew on one thing for 2 or 3 days and then just have it evaporate and not say, oh, I never follow through. I don't, so that awful talk. So give yourself room for that. Oh, that was yesterday, today's tomorrow, something else. That type of thing. It doesn't mean you're a flake. It means that you we're in the flow. But one thing I noticed is that, again, I was saying it's hard for me to sit down and write, actually get back. And I really asked myself, what is it that's holding me back? Because once I'm in the flow, it's like boom, boom, boom.
Oh, yes.
And it's because to write a book, I have to stop. I can't do it all in one sitting. Mm-hmm. So when I go back to it, I need to be in the same state of flow to be able to pick up that thread. And that is hard for me to do because I'm not organized. And so it takes maybe 40 minutes to an hour before I'm back into that flow. Most times I make it back in. Sometimes I don't. I just hang it up for the day. But,
I've read where people use actual physical cues to help themselves pick up where they left off. They'll use things like burning a certain scent of incense. I can't do it here, obviously. Or scents of some kind. If you can't burn, then you can spray something like sage or what. Not even vanilla. I mean, whatever scent calls to you, whatever you like. And
I'll try that.
Freshly baking bread. It's a trigger. It makes us feel certain things. And if I go back to that idea of is because we're going inward for control and safety, perhaps that sense of bread baking is a safety trigger. And let's go, there you go. I am safe.
Scent is a huge, huge trigger for people. It goes right to our lizard brains. It goes to the most primitive part of our brains. And we can use it to support us in a really powerful, powerful way. But another thing you can do is you can have a designated writing shirt. Or a designated writing chair, or, any sort of like physical thing that you can assign the task of being your writing support. So smell, color, texture, the chair you sit on, the cushion you use, anything like that.
That's ritual. Ritual is significant.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Yes. Yes, it's a ritual. You sit down and you go through your ritual with the spray and the blah and the blah, and then I'm in the flow. Because it works.
I'll try that. Thank you.
Well, and I'm going to take a momentary plug. Debra doesn't know I'm doing this. Debra wrote this book, Decode Tarot.
It's a fabulous book.
It's a very good book. It's on my list of recommended beginner books if you want to read, and advanced books. And then when life knocks you off, you're happy.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
She doesn't know that I was going to do that. Here's something else: is how does fear block the fascination? When we follow fascination, we become vulnerable. And we are open to surprise, risk, and transformation. That openness can trigger fear. And what's interesting is when we're starting to do it and we haven't done that previously, it can be very overwhelming. It can be shocking. So, in this book, in the Artist Way, Julia Cameron calls this the creative U-turn. The moment we sabotage or abandon our project just as we near breakthrough, the threshold of discovery.
Do you think that that's related to like resistance in therapy, when somebody is like getting really close to understanding, and then there's this
Yes,
suddenly big wall of resistance? I think that
absolutely.
that's related, is because you're so close to making it, but your fear won't let you and just stops you in your tracks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Huh.
we've got. I have both of my guests in deep thought about this
I
topic.
know.
And I think what I want to say about that is I believe it is important for us to have these creativity conversations and to talk out loud about these things in an environment that is okay for someone to hold space while we explore what fear is for us, and have the others around offer some level of support and just recognizing and seeing,
Mhm.
because we're not saying we're broken or anything like that. There's nothing to be fixed. We just need to have that opportunity to go and to feel through that fear.
What's important about this show and books is that it's a solitary mission. Creativity is a solitary mission. So
Mm,
it really helps me with these slogans and ideas so my self-talk will keep me on my mission, my
mhm.
overall desire to create something well. So so once you're alone, think about what is discussed
Yes.
here. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah,
We
it
have
is.
had. Go ahead, Linda.
I was just I just wanted to agree with Deborah that yes, creativity is solitary. We are encountering uh, just on our own lonesomes. We're encountering the power, the creative power of the universe. That's what's happening.
Mhm.
So it's actually not surprising that fear would go, oh no, you got to protect yourself, you got to protect yourself, no, you need to have 16 notebooks and 45 colors of markers to be able to label everything. And yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, that's what happens to me.
It's 49 notebooks and 150 colors of pens. I
I
mean,
can't
come on.
imagine getting anything done as you prepare all of
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Yeah.
you see, but the whole thing is that I have the illusion when I do this, and I recognize this about myself. It took me decades. All right, I'm a slow learner. Uh, I recognize that this is a form of procrastination. This
Yes.
is a way of putting off
Mhm.
the inevitable of having to actually sit down, ask to chair, and actually produce what's in my head and
Right.
put it out there. But
Yep.
if I can say, oh, well, but I need this and I need that and I have this and oh, and that'll be just fine. Just watch, oh, and the spreadsheet. I can't forget that. And yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
that's what it's
Oh, yeah.
like in my head. I'm sorry, but that's what it's like.
No, no, no. I do want to catch up in the chat because Timmy has said, my favorite creative saying, you have to have the courage to fail before you can have the courage to have the experience of success.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. And Dancing Soul Sister brought up the fear, I'm not good enough.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Oh, let me rephrase that. It's not a good one. It's
Um,
a real one. It's a
Oh,
very powerful one.
yeah.
mhm.
So,
Especially if you had someone in your life saying you have no qualifications to do that.
Oh, Jesus. Who do you
I
think you
actually
are?
had someone say that. We're not friends anymore.
I hope not.
No.
Yeah. My favorite is, who do you think you are?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm
Yes.
queen of the universe.
Haven't you noticed?
That's right. Dang. And Jonathan did share, I dropped striving to make artwork when I had an art teacher who was constantly tearing me down, and even said to me, "Oh, you've taken an art classes before. Too bad you didn't learn anything."
Oh my God.
Oh,
What a life review that teacher's going to have. That life review that teacher's going to have is he's going to understand, he or she is going to understand exactly what that statement did to you. And
oh yeah,
there'll be many tears in heaven, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And Jonathan, I would encourage you to go back and fix that one. Replay that, do a bit of a journey and make that go away. Lead into that. I just got to remind myself I'm in charge, and a mistake isn't the end of everything now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those of us who grew up in punitive families.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Fascination and flow are the absence of fear.
That's a great statement.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes fear is letting go of giving into joy, and many times that is frowned upon. Having total joy.
Oh, yeah. How dare you be so happy?
It's true. It's true. People are really.
There is such a bliss when you're doing creative stuff. There's such a bliss that people like.
Oh yeah.
It really annoys people.
Yes.
Yes. Well, and I've never wanted to annoy people at all. Never. Never. Everybody believes that, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
Linda's looking at me like, Gerald, who are you and what did you do? What are you talking about?
Who is this alien?
Alien.
Yeah.
What have you done with my friend Gerald? Where is he? Bring him back.
Because you have to let go and give in to let the joy in. We can wall it out if we are not. We've got to be careful. We've got to be careful. Jonathan mentions essential oils as something to help him with creativity.
I do have some of that.
And he also has a recipe further down in the chat.
Essential oils for creativity.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Jasmine, lavender, tangerine. Ooh.
Eucalyptus and bergamot.
Nice.
You know, I'm not gonna tell you anything, but I'm having an essential oil made for me for creativity.
I love that.
It's not. It doesn't have those in it, but I'll share it when it shows up.
Awesome.
So, adrenaline and cortisol. It's okay to do that for a short period of time, but it's difficult to maintain.
Yeah, I spent my whole adult life until I retired spinning out on adrenaline and cortisol. 50 years, it can be done.
Yes. So I want to look at here's this is a tough one. It's not tough. It's big. What does fear look like for you, the creator? How does fear show up for you? If you're willing to share.
Thought we talked about this already.
We referenced it, and one of the things that I want to talk about in particular is fear looks different for each person.
Oh.
All of us who are watching this, all of us who are going to be watching this in the future, fear looks different to us today than how it looks for everyone else. It also looks different for us than it did yesterday.
Yeah.
And I shared this backstage. Fear can look different for each project.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
It's
point.
slippery. So pay attention to that.
I have trouble recognizing fear sometimes, like especially with the whole preparation thing. It's easy for me. It's easy for fear to suck my intellect into believing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Say that one more time. What?
When I'm afraid, I can hijack my intellect to believe any kind of bullshit. Like,
Oh yeah. Okay, I
you
hear
know,
you. Yeah.
like
that's
I
true.
can, it just hijacks my ability to think clearly about what it is I'm doing. I'm seeing everything through the lens of fear, and I need this and I need that, and this has to be like this and this has to be like that. Oh my God, it is such a nightmare sometimes, but I'm getting better.
One
Mhm.
one of my fears now is, what do I do with my success? How do I experience it? I want to share it, but it's like being a braggart. And I totally apologize when I say, will you let me read off my awards or something? And it's like, where do you put that? Because no, I don't have a place for that.
You
And,
know, when
and
you
that's what I'm
when you
afraid
do
of.
that, I feel honored that you want to share that with me.
Oh, I
Mhm.
cannot. I got to tell you, you guys are, and everybody here, one in a million, like a gazillion in a million, because you can't do that with just anybody.
Nope.
Nope.
You really can't. And not without, you could bring it up and they'll be nice to your face, but then kind of grow distance, that type of thing. I don't know why that is, but thank you very, very much.
You're
Oh,
very
it was, yeah. I was fortunate enough to get a text about from you with the video that you showed, the handwritten thank you note, and I'm like going, I love that. I mean, it's great. These are the things to note. Okay, so we've had some people who have shared. Hypnicity said it shows up to me as a form of depression.
Yeah, I could see
I
that.
I would agree with
Mhm.
that.
Yep.
Um, Jonathan said, I think my fear shows up as procrastination.
Yep.
Me too,
Yep.
Jonathan. Me too.
If it is hard, I'm not interested because I want my creative
Yeah.
to be fun too. Oh, yeah.
That's the learning curve, right?
Mhm.
Because I wanted to do YouTube, but I had to learn how to edit videos and how to
Oh God,
record
yeah,
all that. It takes the fun out of just doing YouTube.
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
uh,
Right.
okay. So I was terrified when I started doing YouTube. I mean, literally terrified. I was like ready to throw up, and and um and having gotten over the fear of it, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the same position you're talking about, Deborah, because now in order to grow, I have to learn things. Well, I already know Canva, but I have to learn CapCut, and I don't want to.
Listen, listen. I
I
mean,
know it's not.
just between you and I, I'd be
Mhm.
happy to teach you.
Oh, thank you.
When I got on the YouTube, so
The YouTube. I love
like
it.
the
The
internet.
YouTube.
I didn't want to waste time trying to figure things out, so I hired tutors to teach me,
Mhm.
and so I'd be happy to share that with you.
Thank you.
We'll Zoom it
Okay.
together.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
See, you say
done.
these things out loud and people step up. I think this is
Yeah.
great.
Well, yeah.
Andrew said, basically, when I create, I'm thinking, will mom like this?
Oh,
Which is funny because it's true.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is sweet.
I mean, if she's a nice lady
I
and
was just going to say, but there's this
if she's
desire
my
to,
mother, no, that's
yeah,
terrifying.
right. I wouldn't have.
yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Wow.
happen.
But Andrew, I think what's interesting is there is a deep connection here that goes back to what we were talking about before. Is we want to, the fear about what other people are going to think about it.
Yeah.
And approval is a big thing. I appreciate that, Andrew. Jonathan said fear also shows up as overthinking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know what, Jonathan? Creative people overthink a lot. They do a lot in their head before they sit down to any brushes or pens or keyboards. And then that's when the flow starts. But overthinking, I guess, is one thing. But I get you.
Well, yeah, and one of the things there is, I was talking with Denise Siegel yesterday on the Creativity Conversations episode 11. There is we need to normalize looking off into space and not
Yeah.
thinking, not looking at a device, and just allow our mind to wander. That's part of the fascination.
Yeah.
We have to make it okay for us to be disconnected. So
Right.
I think that's so very important.
So true.
All of the chatters are really bringing it. I get happy when I hear about someone getting recognized for their hard work.
Me too.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Me too. It makes me so happy to see
Mhm.
my
Well,
friends succeed and my friends do well.
yes.
I just
Yeah.
charge like as if it were me. I mean, clearly it's not, but I'm going, oh, I'm so happy for you, you know?
Well, and here's the thing. There's enough joy to go around.
Yeah.
So let's
Okay.
celebrate it when that happens. It's great. It's
Yeah.
great.
thank you.
So Pamela said, I love the crabs in a bucket story. Crabs we don't need in our lives.
Crabs in a bucket.
I don't know that story.
Do you, Linda?
Well, it's just about how crabs in a bucket, when one of them starts trying to pull themselves up to get out of the bucket, the other ones will get together to pull them back down into the bucket.
Oh, yeah. Crabs, of course. That's what we were just talking about.
Image.
Oh, Pamela.
And it's apparently based on true fact. That's what will happen if you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacqueline starts stimming and ruminating, skin picking, lots of different things. Lots of things that are indicators of, okay, this isn't a cycle that I want to stay in. I need to adjust that. Yes. And so all right, lots of, when I was in college, I could not study at home without being distracted all day. I had to go to the library to study because I was down to work there. Oh yeah, because if you're in the library, you're there to study. Absolutely.
Yeah, that has to do with all those cues that we were talking
about. Yeah. Smart.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Timmy said, my fear turns into constantly nagging my friends to evaluate my art and give me permission to go on to the next step. It sounds completely insane, but it is often true. I'm trying to dump this habit. That's a really interesting, that's a very astute observation.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's always having to say, you're okay. You can continue now. You can continue with this project. I'm sorry that you're faced with that. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really sort of depends on how good your friends are. Like, do they love you more than they love art?
Yeah, do you really trust what they're saying when you ask them?
But see, and here's the thing though, it's not what they're saying, it's the fact that he needs to have that external validation. Which is really interesting.
And it doesn't work. It doesn't satisfy. It's not good enough. No. I've never found it good enough.
Yeah, because you're always going to find some excuse some reason to invalidate their approval or their disapproval.
Right.
Yeah. And Andrew did say, my mom is the sweetest lady for sure. Love her so much. Well, if your mother is still around and you get to see her, give her a hug and a kiss on the forehead from us.
Yes.
So, and Jonathan likes the halo behind you, Debra.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my halo from my new apartment in New York.
There you go.
Thank you, Jonathan.
So did you say what fear looks like for you, Linda?
I thought so. Did I not?
No, I mean, I just got caught up in the Beth Chatter's comments.
I was talking earlier about the over preparation, which is just a fancy way of procrastinating. And, it's procrastination disguised as, see, I'm working on it. And I'm not. Well, I mean, I'm working on not working on it is what I'm doing. So, yeah. And how else does it look? Nah, I don't really want to do that anymore.
Yeah. Well, some artists freeze, some overplan, and some switch projects endlessly.
Yeah.
I've never switched projects. Wasting time. I do that. Others avoid their studios. They organize supplies obsessively, or they convince themselves the work isn't worth finishing.
Sometimes that's true, though.
Sometimes it's true. However, you don't know that unless you finish some artwork.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Finish that thought. I can see you.
You know, because I started a project that I saw clearly in my mind, and then just like the chatter that was saying, when it gets too hard or it gets too complex, you know, you just let it go. That's sort of how I'm interpreting that, what you said. And I just walk away. I don't think about it again.
Yeah. I think a lot of times the idea of if the work isn't worth finishing, part of it tells me I haven't really been critical in a healthy way about my artwork. Because if I look at something and go, oh, that's not working, and I can go, it's not working because of this, because of this, because of this, there you go. Scrap it, move on. But if I can just say, this isn't working, but I'm struggling with articulating why it's not working, that's a little bit of pushback. For me.
Yeah, not for me. I give permission to myself to just toss. If it's not in the flow, I toss and I think more about it. But it doesn't hold me back.
That's good. That's good. I
let it go and come back to it later.
What?
I let it go and come back when something gets really complicated or it got really tedious and I just didn't feel like weaving in all those freaking thread ends anymore. I put it aside and I go back like 2 months later and then I can finish that tedious part of it. But the thing I mostly create with is knitting, and it can be really tedious, you know?
Yeah.
Some of that is meditative and some of it isn't. So yeah.
I would also say that if you were going to walk away from something, write down on a piece of paper and attach it to it where you were in the process, like with a knitting pattern.
Yeah.
I've knit up to row 502.
Oh, yeah. Smart.
Because if you don't, and you don't know where you are, you look at it and you go, oh.
Yeah. I put the project and the project and the yarn for it and the pattern into a Ziploc bag.
Yep. Yeah.
And then tuck it in the corner.
Hypnicity said one of the hardest things for me is to determine when a piece is done.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very true. It's very true. As speaking as somebody who has overworked a lot of projects, yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Spiritual Alchemy Energy, the podcast with Julie said, I started doing art on 4x4 cards. I turned them into oracle cards. They aren't, and that was incentive to use them to show other people how imperfect they are, to show them that it's okay to be imperfect. Nice, very nice. If it doesn't help you grow, glow, or flow, it's a no.
Wow, I think that should go on a book.
There you go.
That's so good.
There you go. Okay, so overcoming fear, companion, not enemy. Now, here's a quote. Elizabeth Gilbert in the book Big Magic says, "You're allowed a seat in the car, but you're not allowed to drive. Fear is information, not an excuse to stop." I love the idea. It's like you're allowed in the car. You're not driving. You're not picking the playlist. You're not picking the snacks.
Yeah.
So I think it's very, very interesting to think about that. So,
Isn't that funny? Because, see, working, like knowing when it's finished, I start out with a vision. I don't know, maybe it's the whole, working to a pattern thing from having knit for so many years. But I have in my head what I want out there. It's here. I know what it looks like. I know what colors it is. I know everything about it. Okay, pretty much everything about it. And I want to see it out there. So when I see it out there, it's done. But my late husband, who was an artist, yeah, he'd keep going back and, flicking little bits of paint here and there and going, no, I think that should be greener. And, stuff like this. And he could do that for like freaking months. Okay.
Yeah.
It was so weird to watch.
Well, and what's interesting is there are some artists who that is their style and it works. They're constantly moving.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting, especially in this question, companion, not an enemy. Fear is a signal.
Yes.
We have to first have awareness of when that fear is showing up and how it shows up. It's not a stop sign.
Good point.
All it is it's just a signal. You got to see it. You go, oh, hi, I see you. I'm not pulling over. I'm not picking you up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. People may not like this. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the information. I appreciate it. Bye.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on this, Debra? The idea of overcoming fear, companion, not enemy?
Well, I like that whole concept. And I think this is a good time to bring in that thing I talked to you about on Art and Fear, where it makes you go through like this. That the story is this, where you have an art class and the teacher at the very beginning said half the room, everybody on the right will be totally judged on the quantity of pottery they make. It has to be a full vessel. It has to have a handle. You have to have all that. You can, but they're graded only on the amount of pottery they throw in this last quarter, and then the other one will be judged only on the quality of a piece of work.
Yes.
And so, at the end of the day, at the end of the story, the highest quality work was on the side that the quantity was there. So those students, what overcame their fear is that they had to do something for their grade.
Yes.
And so whether if things are perfect or just the quantity, they broke through their fear for something else in exchange for. But I thought that was a great insight, and doing it over and over again really does help.
It's a huge insight. It's the 8 of Pentacles.
It is, isn't it? Absolutely.
8 of Pentacles.
Yes.
And so this idea of quantity over quality is that in the book they talk about that this isn't to argue that volume and feedback loops grow craft faster than perfectionist planning.
Yes.
It's true. Practice, practice, practice. Doesn't matter if you're producing crap, just keep practicing.
Keep showing up. Keep showing up. But there's this really curious thing is you got to have a feedback loop about it. You've got to sometimes there's people who will, I know they will give me an honest opinion. If what I'm making is awful, they'll be able to go, okay, Gerald,
maybe not.
That's really bad. And then I'll go, what? And then, once I stop crying or rocking back and forth in the fetal position, I'm kidding, but they'll be able to articulate why in their mind it's not working. My job as an artist, that companion and not an enemy, I have to be able to be willing to hear things that I didn't see before.
Yes.
That I never considered, and that might make me go, Oh, shit. That's right. I missed that.
Or to say, I think you're all wet.
Yep. Yep.
So it's a fear you're breaking through because you could lose offend a friend. But
Yes.
yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you share your work before it's done?
Yes, I am. I like to have process. I share it with Jeffrey. I will share it with a few friends and pictures. The challenge for me has been learning to trust that I know it's not finished. And when people who are looking at it without my eye, they're like going, I don't know what this is. What is that?
Yeah, I did that once, and it was just you were involved. This is the first time I've done beta readers for my new book, and it's not done. But yeah, so I have a lot to learn in that.
Yeah. I think, okay, so there's some amazing, again, a more amazing chat.
Wow, you guys are really bringing it.
Yes. Okay, sorry. I'm just there's okay. I did want to say Andrew was nominated for a Grammy a few years ago. Congratulations.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I didn't end up winning and was totally bummed. Then I thought about it. What's your problem, Andrew? You were friggin' nominated, dude.
Yes.
I love that.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
Yes, that's wonderful. And yeah, that's so good.
Wow.
And without education, I achieved more than expected. Good for you, Delphi.
That's true.
And
when you know you're not told you can't do something.
oh yeah,
it's good.
Yeah. So, oh, and changing materials during a project is great. Get a new pen, a new typewriter or instrument, different paint brushes, and medium. We talked about this yesterday, Denise and I. It's a part of what happens is sometimes we like to acquire tools to help us with our work.
Yeah.
Yet we are always picking up the same tool instead of one of the new ones.
Yeah.
What I think is interesting with that is if having that tool around makes you happy, then get it. If it feels like a burden, don't be having that. And somebody just said that they, as a potter, they broke their 15 year tool that they've loved for 15 years, and now they can't get it. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
So yeah, it's like
I felt like that when a certain paint was discontinued, a color of paint. Liquid X. Yeah. I had to mix it up myself, and it never was right.
Oh, there you go. It was River Mist Fay, not River Mistletoe. That's what I called them. That makes me happy. I giggle every time I think about that. And I think companion and not enemy.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Linda? You're going,
Yeah. Yeah, because really the only way I've found, and this is recent, like this is within the last 7 or 8 years. Well, recent, relatively speaking, because I'm ancient. But the I'm actually 26, so just had a real rough life. So for me, the whole thing about fear is to kind of co-opt its power and remove its bite, if you will, by saying, listen, I know you want to protect me. I know I understand that. You're absolutely right. People might not like this. People might think it really look real funny. And And you know what? I think it's an interesting pattern, and I'm going to do it anyway. So thanks for your advice and your input. And you can shut up right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Colleen the Cool Crone introduced me to the idea of saying, "Oh, fuck you very much."
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
You know.
With more words, but yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot I put this on a bookmark.
Ooh, what is it?
Okay, so fear is destructive. It isolates us, shrinks our world, separates us from our dignity, our self-confidence, and our faith. Fear feeds on itself and becomes a daily mocking companion if we let it. Basically, fear is a liar.
It is in many ways. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Fear is very much a liar. And yes. Wow. Okay, we are at an hour. Might I be willing, or might you both be willing to join me for a part 2?
Linda was right.
I would love it. I would.
Yeah, me too.
I love being on your show. Thank you. Is that a tiny hand?
It is with nail polish on it. I think it's a medium-sized hand. I don't think it's a tiny hand.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's nail polish on the tiny hands.
We will okay, so we will be back because this has been a great conversation.
Very fun.
And we'll schedule a part 2. I think something that's really important is, please remember, fear is not the opposite of creativity. It is the doorway to it. In choosing to keep going, even when the voice of doubt is loud, we affirm that our creative spark is worth protecting. It's worth nurturing and worth expressing. So may this conversation encourage you to greet fear as a companion, not your captor, and let your fascination lead the way.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, and we will see you for Fear Part 2. Bye.
Bye.